Argyle so young, to Glasgow City to come, seeking fortune and the new way of life. How could they all know their ambitions would grow? Such a beautiful story, when here's how it goes. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kids, not even a ball.
So welcome along to another edition of Down the Paisley Road West. It's a great honour to be at Falkirk Stadium today with ex-Rangers manager Mr Alex Totten. Welcome, Alec.
Thank you.
Alec, first of all, I want to run through your early years in your career. You were born and grew up in Denny Lonehead, I believe, in Stirlingshire.
That's right, I did. Born in Dennyhead, and I played with Scottish schoolboys. And I went to a number of clubs. I went down to Arsenal, I went to Man United, my parents in Birmingham. But I signed with Liverpool, pure and simply because one man called Bill Shankly and Bob Paisley was there, Joe Fagan, and after that was Ken Dalglish, so a great continuity at Liverpool. It was fantastic. It was a great education, leaving school going from a small village to a big city. So it was tremendous.
So one of the first questions I got asked is, there seems to be a bit of a debate when you grew up. Were you a Bear or were you a Bairn as a kid?
My father was a Rangers man, and he took me to a lot of Rangers games, but I went to the Falkirk games with my friends, my pals. And in fact 1957, when Falkirk won the Scottish Cup, they beat Kilmarnock. I went to all the games, I was only a wee boy. And so obviously I've always had a soft spot for Falkirk, and I've been here for a good number of years, been manager, been a player, manager twice, and a job I'm doing now, business development manager. And they gave us a Lifetime Achievement Award, the only guy in the history to get that. Obviously took him to the Scottish Cup final in 1997, first time for 40 years, so it's been very enjoyable here.
Excellent. So the early players in that generation, what kind of players do you remember that stand out?
A lot of great players. I was quite fortunate because obviously I played with great players and against great players, and I played against Wally Henderson. Wally I'm really friendly with Wally, but he was a tremendous player, and played against wee Wally Johnson, the Rangers, and of course the Celtic as well. Played against the Lisbon Lions in 1967, you know, so it was a great period because I say there was some tremendous talent along that particular time.
So I'm going to mention a few footballing legends. Each one of them was an influence in your career at some point. We'll run through them individually. So I'll start off with Mr Bill Shankly. Shanks
was a tremendous, not only a tremendous manager, but he was witty and funny as well, because Ian St John signed in the June 1961, I signed in July. And I'll never forget, Ian says Shanks took him to his beloved Anfield end of the season. There was no grass on the pitch, and Ian says, there's no grass on the pitch. He said, listen son, I've actually come and playing it, no grazing it. So that was typical Shanks, you know what I'm saying. And I grew up with Tommy Smith. Tommy Smith was in the ground staff with me, and he became a Liverpool legend, of course, you know. So, but it was an exciting time at Liverpool because Ian St John signed in the June, I signed in July, Big Ronnie signed in August, and that season they got promotion. And not only that, the music scene at Liverpool was great. I used to go and see the Beatles at the Cavern, and there were forays and digs. And one night we went home, and one of the boys had the radio, and he said, listen, shh, that's that group we heard, the Beatles. Imagine them being the radio. Well, you can imagine obviously world famous. But it was a tremendous time to be at Liverpool in the 60s, there's no question about that. So
that was Bill Shankly. Another great manager that you played alongside, I believe, and you were very friendly with, is Sir Alex Ferguson.
That's right. I played with Fergie at Dunfermline for a good number of years, and then when I went to Falkirk, he came to Falkirk then, so I played him about 4 years altogether. And you could always see if Fergie was going to be a manager. He was a sort of shop steward in the dress room, and he knew the game inside out, you know, so I'm not surprised he's done really well, and we still keep in touch. I always got a Christmas card for him and Cathy. And so with a dude in Dunfermline there about a few months ago in Alhambra Theatre, and sold out 1,200 attendees on the stage with him. So there's some great stories going back and forward and that, but he's done remarkably well. I mean, 27 years is fantastic. The one club, Man United.
And how highly would you rate him as a manager? And
I think he's been the best, to be honest with you. I really do. I mean, he just turned Man United round about, and obviously he's probably the best without any shadow of a doubt.
And how do you feel that if the position at the time, I believe, in the late 80s, he was offered the Rangers job, do you think he would have done how well do you think he would have fared if he'd have took it?
I think I've done very well. Obviously his own mind is very, very determined, as you can see. And I think irrespective of where he would have went, I think it'd been a big success. And obviously he was a Rangers man as well. He's played with Rangers when I was at Dunfermline. I got transferred to Rangers, and I think he'd done really well there.
Okay, the next two managers I'm going to mention really are the start of your Rangers career and the end of your Rangers career. Lead us through how you met Jock Wallace and how you became the Rangers assistant manager, and then tell us about how you feel Jock Wallace was a person and a manager.
I only met Jock for 10 minutes really, because when I was manager at Falkirk, I fancied a big striker called Bruce Cleland, so he said come through and see me. So I met him for only 10 minutes through his office at Motherwell Football Club, and that was all. Then I always remember the 11th of November 1983, it was 8 o'clock on the Friday morning, and my wife says, she answered the phone, she says, "It's for you, I know the voice, Jock Wallace here son, how did I come to Rangers, my assistant, right out of the blue, I'm going to Aberdeen tomorrow, my first game, and I'll phone you Monday." So that obviously was on the Friday. And the Saturday we played Clyde at Falkirk. Craigie Brown was manager of Clyde, and our chairman says, "That's the Motherwell chairman, want to speak to you," because Jock Wallace had left Motherwell to go to Rangers. So I said, "I'll go and speak to him." I met him at the Coatbridge Hotel on the Monday night, and he said, "We've had so many managers here at Motherwell, between the likes of Jock Wallace, Davy Hay, Roger Hind, Ally MacLeod, Ian St John, want continuity, want to offer you a 5-year contract." So I said, "I'll phone you midweek." I phoned him Wednesday, thanked him most sincerely, turned it down, and I had to beat Rangers for 4 o'clock on the Friday. So you can imagine going there with joy, pride, trepidation, and parked my car park, walked along, and stand at the door and says, "Mr Wallace is waiting at the top of the marble staircase." So goes up there, and you see the big photograph of me, Alan Moulton, the wee blue devil, and he says, "Great to see you, Alec, you're now a Ranger." So in there, one meet the directors, Wally Waddle, Ray Simpson, that, you know, so that was on the Friday. And the Saturday, it was the first game against Dundee United. He said, "I want you and me to walk out in that field," and which was it was very enjoyable. But again, it was daunting without a doubt. And obviously in the dressing room before it, I met Ally McCoist and David Cooper, all the players. So it was a tremendous experience. There's no question about that. And that was the first game, and we drew nothing each.
So when you speak of Jock Wallace, you're obviously a lot of fondness on the man and that. And there's various stories about the different persona of Jock. Did you ever feel in awe when you first met Jock?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, Jock had been there before and won trebles and that, you know, so his record would speak for itself. But it was great for me. I mean, obviously he took me there, and so I always remember one night we were in Switzerland with a good drink. It was pre-season, and I said, "Why do you come for me, Gaffer? Why do you come for me?" He says, 10 minutes was enough. That 10 minutes when I tried to sign Bruce Cleland, and that's what he said. "I wanted you and I got you, and I was delighted." So I say it was tremendous. And obviously he says, "What I'm going to do, obviously I'm the manager, but eventually I'll step up as general manager. You'll take over as team manager. Like you were at Liverpool with Shanks, Bob Paisley, Joe Fagan, a lot of continuity," and that's what he wanted, but it didn't quite materialise. But I say the time I had at Rangers was absolutely wonderful. It's a time I'll never forget.
Have you any memorable games at that period?
Without a doubt, because when we went there, we went 26 games and 1 defeat, and that was we played Celtic at Hampden, a League Cup final, and Big Jock says, "Alec, you've never lived at Rangers till you beat Celtic in a cup final," which we did in '84 when Alan McCoy's got a hat-trick, and it was absolutely brilliant. After the game we say, "Here, Alec, there's a medal," so I've got the medal in the house, and we went back to Ibrox, went to Panama Jacks, had to stay at Albion with my wife, you know, it was absolutely fantastic. What a great feeling. And the next year we beat Dundee United 1-0. Ian Ferguson, the striker, got the goal, so two League Cup finals and 2 wins, so it was a great experience. But I say Big Jock was great for me, there's no question about that.
And how do you rate him as a manager?
He was a great manager. He knew the game inside out, and you learned a lot from him, you know, and his discipline was great. You know, obviously a lot of the boys, they all looked up to him, and but he was a great fitness fanatic. We used to go to Gullane Sands pre-season, and they called it Murder Hill, it was like that. And used to throw us in the water and up to the Bissett Hotel and back to Ibrox. So But it was even after every training session, the two used to be in like the gym throwing medicine balls to each other, and he believed like to hear the stomachs, get the stomach. That's where all the power comes from. But he was a great character. He was funny, but he knew the game, and well respected, and I certainly learned a lot for the job.
And did you ever go up the hill yourself when you talk about Murphy?
No, I was halfway up the hill. Job was at the top, roading him on. So but it was a hard session. There's no question about that. But I say, got the boys really fit. They were always fit Rangers, and I say it was quite a character.